Hi, I'm Max.
Hi, and I'm Denise.
And welcome back to another edition of Urban Lifestyles. And it's that time of year. It's the holidays.
Yes, and holidays means sales also.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sales and shopping. And as you can see, I have on a little of the merchandise here.
I know it's a hint.
Yeah, here in GQ Unlimited. So we're bringing our show to you from GQ today.
Yes.
But we have got a great show.
Yes, we do.
One thing we're going to be talking about is the way things are processed with MSD.
Oh.
We go out to one of the treatment plants.
Yes.
Something that's going to be very exciting and interesting. Also a piece that we did with LG&E talking about Project Warm. And we went to the 90s old school block party. And we're also talking to some people about some special things as it relates to the Thanksgiving season. We'll take a quick break and back with more of Urban Lifestyles right after this.
And on location, by the auction that sold a generation. A bunch of lies and stereotypes, deception designed by the white to blast in your stereo, right? Check it, light or dark you lose, women and men abused, African or American, you choose. Cause when fact remains the same that we're black, and we're more than their last names. Don't believe the lie, unify.
Our approach to youth violence prevention, historical. Join the conversation and find out what Louisville Youth Voices Against Violence is doing. Visit Pride Peace Prevention.
Well, Denise, I had an opportunity for a very unique experience,
I know.
something that I'm sure a lot of people don't get to do, but guess what it's about?
It's very crucial. I know that.
It is. And every household, every person has to experience it, but talks about where your waste goes.
Yeah.
So we got an opportunity to go out to MSD and talk to some of the people out there at their treatment facilities. So take a look at this piece. Every month we do a segment with MSD and we call it Safe Clean Waterways. And I'm here with William Ford. Don't want to mess up your title, but you are the Process Supervisor of Operations with MSD. And welcome to Urban Lifestyle.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so tell me a little bit about what you do in the process that we see going on behind us.
So here at the Floyd's Fork Water Quality Treatment Center, we treat wastewater. This is one of 5 treatment facilities within water quality treatment facilities within the MSD system. So essentially what we do is anything that's flushed down the drain or the toilet, or that goes down the drain or the toilet, we essentially clean that water up and send it back out into the creeks and the streams around the county.
So in terms of the recycling process, in order to clean it up, this is so that the water is not harmful to the environment, and so that's the purpose of the treatment process.
That's exactly correct. So what happens is, through a collection of pipes, which we refer to as the collection system, we have raw sewage that comes into the plant, again coming from whether it's residential, business, or commercial industries. That sewage comes into the treatment facility. It goes through a bit of filtration processes, from the removal of grit and trash, along with the settling of solids. And pretty much the last phase is pretty much the removal of the harmful bacteria, or the sterilization of the harmful bacteria.
So when this process is going on, this is something that's happening. Does this go on around the clock, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, or is a point when it cuts off and on?
No, it's actually 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So we're here working, trying to provide, safe, clean waterways for the city. Something I think, interesting to know is, let's take, for instance, at MSD, we serve approximately 750,000 people within Jefferson County. Okay. And if every person uses approximately 100 gallons of water per day, that would, if you multiply the two, that would give us about 75 million gallons of water per day that's being utilized. If you include commercial, industrial, and the other businesses, we're talking approximately 153 million gallons a day, approximately, that's being treated. So essentially, we're working around the clock, and it's quite a bit.
It's probably a good thing from the consumer standpoint.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay, I'm a consumer, I'm a homeowner. What are some of the things that we can do on our end to make sure that your job works easier?
watch what you place down the drain.
Okay.
You know, fats, oils, and greases. You know, be mindful of those things. Be mindful of flushable wipes. You know, even though they, you know, they're sometimes they read that they're flushable. They give us trouble on the back end, or issues as far as pumps and just treatment equipment in general. You know, outside of that, you know, those are some of the main things just to kind of be mindful of. You know, the only things that really should go down the drain are, you know, just I guess what's being used. What's being used.
This is a very difficult conversation. I understand that. Right. But also from that perspective, so when something happens, you know, the first thing is it starts from the home. It's going to go down the whatever line it goes down, and then initially it's going to end up at one of these 5 pumping stations. Correct?
Yeah, one of the 5 treatment centers.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, just like you pretty much hit it on the nose. It sounds like you're learning. You know, it sounds like you pretty much have it. You know, through the collection system, which is, you know, pretty much just a series of pipes or sewers, right? And lift stations and pumping stations. So a lot of the wastewater comes to the treatment facilities either through gravity feed, or, you know, we have lift stations throughout the city too that actually, when it gets to the lowest point, it lifts the wastewater to another elevation, to a different elevation, to where it can gravity feed to the next.
And one other thing that we were kind of talking about off camera is that this is also a part of the ecosystem because it helps feed the different bugs and bacteria. So how does that work as well?
Yeah, so our end process is clean water. You know, right before the end process, we oxygenate the effluent with dissolved oxygen, which, you know, that is great for aquatic life like fish and turtles and whatever, you know, other aquatic life that's, you know, in the receiving stream. So it's great on that end. As far as like bacteria, we try to keep the bacteria within the system. It's not we try, we do. We keep the bacteria within the system, and any bacteria that that does, I don't know, kind of escape the system, so to speak. It doesn't really escape the system, but that's the purpose of the UV, the ultraviolet light disinfection system. It sterilizes any bacteria that could possibly, you know, make it past that process or make it through, you know, to the end process. So.
And one other thing you mentioned when we were talking off camera was about at the end there's a fertilizer that's created and then resold. So how does that process work? Yeah,
so as you can see behind us, we refer to this as return activated sludge. And the return activated sludge is through population control with the microorganisms. We actually waste a majority, or not a majority, it just depends, you know, it depends on a lot of factors, but we waste some of the return activated sludge, which at that point is referred to as waste activated sludge. That waste activated sludge is placed in a tank. It's dewatered, and it's sent to the Morris Forman Water Quality Treatment Center for further processing, and that material is actually placed in large burners or large dryers that heat the solids to approximately 600 degrees or so or more.
Well, as you can see, it's a very extensive process, and really and truly, by the time the waste goes through all the treatment and this and that and the other, it can go back into the river, and as you can see downstream, people are back fishing again.
Yeah, but it makes me think of where you have catastrophes in other countries, and when you don't have that type of process, it's so essential what happens to those environments. So I'm so glad we have this.
Right, so some great things are happening. We'll take a quick break and back with more right after this.
Southern Indiana's #1 Toyota dealer. Hey folks, just take the bridge for savings. We're offering employee pricing for everyone who walks through the door. Remember, you pay what we pay. Come see me, Rodney Carter. We're closer than you think. Just take I-65, exit 4, Lewis and Clark Parkway, across from the Green Tree Mall, or visit us on the web at JeffWallerClarksvilleToyota.com.
Magic 101.3, Kentuckiana's #1 station for R&B.
Can we swim a lake by the ocean?
Magic 101.3.
Me that green light. With your permission.
We're live, local, and Louisville. Magic 101.3, the home of Steve Harvey and Morning Show. We are Magic 101.3.
Well, you know, every year we get with LG&E because November they talk about Project Warm and how they
Yes.
work with all the people and the different partners. And one of the partners throughout the year is Project Warm.
Yes.
And it's trying to help people who are less fortunate in terms of ways to reduce their heating bills. So take a look at this piece. Well, it's November, and we're here with another segment of Energy Matters, and I'm here, of course, with Natasha Collins, and we are here celebrating Utilities Day, a day of caring with LG&E, and this is something that you all are doing in actually Louisville and Lexington, and if I'm not incorrect, you are helping 300 needy families as it relates to getting their homes weatherized.
Well, you don't even need me. You know all the information, Max.
No, I always need you, so you fill in the details.
Absolutely. As you mentioned, this is part of our Day of Caring. So Day of Caring is LG&D and KU. Our sister utility is Kentucky Utilities. So LG&D and KU annually have a Day of Caring. It's our largest volunteer initiative that we do each year. So this year we're partnering with our longtime partners at Project Warm here in Louisville and partnering with the Community Action Council in Lexington, and we're weatherizing homes. So we're going out and helping our most vulnerable customers, those who need it most, apply some simple weatherization techniques in their home so that they can be warmer this winter. And we know that if you can help them better manage their energy use, then that helps to better manage everyone's energy bills as well.
Right, and this is a great project for not only the customers, but also for your employees. So tell me what your employees get out of this.
Well, you know, our employees, I think we've talked a lot, and we have an incredibly active employee base. They love to get out in the community. That's where we live, that's where we work, and so we like to be impactful. We have big numbers in terms of employees, and so they like to just make a difference. And this is partnering with Project Warm and with our partners in Lexington as well. This gives them an opportunity to get out and see what they can do to help everybody, you know, just stay warm this winter and use energy wisely.
All right. Now, how do you come up with these lucky families that are out here across the bluegrass that are going to be selected?
Well, we couldn't do any of that without our partners. I mean, Project Warm, I think you've been with us many times when we work with Project Warm, and so through their organization of the event, they identify the homes that need the weatherization, and so we just follow their lead and do what they need us to do.
Okay. Greg, we seem like old friends. I met you about a year ago out in the Fern Valley area when you were just really getting started with Project Warm. Welcome back to Urban Lifestyle.
It's a pleasure to be with you, Max.
All right. Now, of course, we're talking about Project Warm, and of course, we're outside in the cold. So
It's perfect blitz weather. Our clients are motivated to get weatherized.
right. So when we're talking about weatherization, I think the things that always comes to mind are the windows, because that seems to be the biggest culprit in relationship to people losing heating and air. So tell us what are some things that we can do to make those things more efficient.
Well, weatherization means stopping the leaks.
Okay.
You're keeping the cold air out and your warm air in during the winter. We send our groups, our volunteers out with things. It's called backer rod, but it's really foam rope.
Okay.
So if you have a door frame or a window that's not securely fitted against the wall,
Right.
and the back of your hand, you can feel cold air coming in, you take the handle of a spoon and you push this into those spaces and seal it against that. We have
And when you're using this product, you don't have to use any glue, tape, or
no.
It just
That's the nice thing. It'll do the job without harming the walls or the window frames or anything like that.
okay.
They get a smaller thing called rope caulk, which it comes off of a wheel like a worm. It's kind of like
like a putty?
silly putty
Right,
in a
okay.
way. Where sashes, where they meet or they rattle at the bottom, you can put that in with your fingertip and seal that window during the winter. And in the spring, you can take it out, open the windows, no harm done.
Okay.
Okay. And then we do the plastic treatment. And a lot of people don't understand, we do not do it on the outside because if you have a cold pane of glass and warm interior air hits it, you get condensation running down the window. And all that's going to do is rot the wood frame or make the steel frame rust. Okay?
Okay.
So we put it on the inside of the house, and it serves two functions. It keeps that humidity in the living space. And unlike the summer, when too much humidity makes us uncomfortable,
Right.
in the winter, humidity helps us feel more comfortable. So you want that in the living space. And the other thing it does is it creates a 2 to 4 inch pillow of inert sealed air, which acts as an insulating layer.
Okay, see, I didn't realize that was the reason for putting it inside. Of course, my reasoning was it was cold outside, and I just didn't simply.
No, we just don't want to ruin people's homes by having them deteriorate more quickly.
Well, that's great information. So what are some other things that you've got here? And the great thing about all of these things that you're offering, they're fairly inexpensive, correct?
Well, they're free to our clients. No, we have funding sources that'll give us grants and allow us to give these to the clients or serve them with it.
Okay.
This is the one thing I like. They're foam gaskets. Construction, for light switches and power sockets. Construction in North America is 2x4 studs with siding on the outside, sheetrock on the inside. If that wall is not insulated, it gets cold. And where there's an electrical box, cold air will leak into the living space. This, you just take the faceplate off, put this under it, and reinstall it. And this foam gasket keeps that cold air from leaking into the living room.
Okay.
It's really precious. I wish I had invented them.
We wouldn't be talking. And then I see tacks here and tape. So.
Well, the tape and the plastic, this is the basic thing for getting the windows done. This and the tape. The tacks we give to people, and especially at our energy management workshops, which you can go to our website. We give them all year through October through February, projectwarm.org.
So Natasha, as always, final thoughts. So what's the final takeaways that we should know this holiday season? This holiday season.
Well, as it pertains to weatherization, I think Greg had it all right. You know, you want to keep the warm air in, keep the cold air out, and all it takes is a few simple techniques. And while Project Warm offers these great resources and the energy management workshops, these are supplies that you can go to the store and get for a low cost, and that little bit of time, that little bit of money that you spend makes a big difference in your home. So that's the message, I think, as far as weatherization. As far as the Day of Caring, I think that when we were talking earlier, I mentioned this is part of our overall Power of One that with our company. And so the Power of One combines volunteer efforts like what we did last weekend in this one with Project Warm and the Blitz with monetary donations as well. So our employees, we mentioned how involved they are, and Power of One is a great example of that. We've got 67% of our employees that actually donate dollars through payroll deduction. That's twice the national average. And then additionally, through the Power of One, we've actually donated a total of about just under $20 million since 2005 to nonprofits across our service territories.
And as you can see, that Project Warm and LG&E, that's a great partnership, helping over 300 families across Louisville and Lexington area.
And that's the main thing, staying warm.
That is correct.
Yeah, and we're also always looking for what?
We're always looking for new show ideas.
Please contact us. I'm going to let you take that
Right.
part.
So if you've got a great show idea, be sure to go to our website at www.urbanlifestyles.net, and that's lifestyles with a Z. And if we happen to use your show idea, you can win a free oil change from Jeff Weiler Toyota. We'll take a quick break and back with more right after this.
You did good because I tried to trip you up.
Now, I know you did.
Good afternoon, it's Rodney Carter from Jeff Weiler Toyota in Clarksville. For your automotive tip of the week, we want to talk about tire rotations. We want to talk about the life of the tire that you have on your automobile. It doesn't matter what brand you have of tire, it doesn't matter what car you have. At 5,000 miles, folks, you need to get your tires rotated. So that means not 2,500, not 3,000, but every 5,000 miles, you rotate your tires, and it will prolong the life of your tires. Rodney Carter at Jeff Weiler and Urban Lifestyles, tip of the week.
My name is Laurentina Smith. I've been with Louisville Water Company for 18 years. Right now, I'm a lead operator apprentice, and what that is, I do operate as an operator when my relief is gone on vacation or is not here. I step up as a lead operator because I do have my license. Well, we take care of making sure everybody has clean, fresh water, safe water when they turn on their tap, basically. And what we do is make sure everything runs smooth here. We pump the water up from the river and bring it up here and treat it, and it goes out to the customers. Sometimes it can be nerve-wracking because it's scary because, you know, not only we take care of make sure the customers have water, that's our family too. So you don't want anybody to, you know, get sick over what you know, producing. So what we do is try to make sure that we send out fresh, clean drinking water because it's a career type job. And you're learning stuff every day. I like the fact that every day it's never the same. When you come in every day, it could be something different. And I like learning. I like being at the plant. I love being up here and experiencing different things and not being out doing the same thing every day. It's every day when I come here, it could be something different. And I love the fact of being able to do that. And when I step up, that's important. And I love it. My family likes that I have this job. My father would have been proud of me. He's not here now, but he used to bring me up here all the time when I was a little girl. I have family members that come in from Alabama, Georgia. They love our water. They do. Yeah.
Okay.
They wish they can bottle it up and take it with them. Pure Tap, the best in the nation. Louisville Pure Tap.
Energy company.
We are mothers,
Fathers,
neighbors, and friends.
Working hard when the weather is good.
and even harder when it's not.
With online updates to keep you safe and informed during the storm.
Programs to save you energy and money.
And new projects to help us provide cleaner, more reliable energy.
We're more than an energy company.
We are LG&E.
We're LG&E.
We are LG&E.
Our energies go to serving you.
When you learn about your history, you feel proud about your history. And then you're gonna see other people who look like you, and you're gonna say, both of us should be proud of who we are. Why would we want to harm each other?
Our approach to youth violence prevention, historical. Join the conversation and find out what Louisville Youth Voices Against Violence is doing. Visit Pride Peace Prevention.
'Tis the season to shop at GQ Unlimited and make all your guys' dreams come true this holiday season. GQ for the city's largest selection of slim-cut suits by Sean John, Perry Ellis, and more. Accessorized with shoes by Stacey Adams and hats by Dobbs and Stetson. GQ, the holidays and you. From casual to formal wear, GQ for a wide selection of designer socks, sports coats, slacks, and sweaters. Stop in GQ for the Black Friday sale. Store-wide, 20% off only from 9 till noon. GQ, where the well-dressed man shops and shops and shops.
You know, the holidays is all about traditions.
Yes.
And what is a tradition that you have in your family?
Basically making certain dishes like sweet potatoes, good macaroni and cheese, of course, and good collard greens.
Right. And mine is the dressing or stuffing, depending on what you want to call it. And of course, I think my greens are pretty good as well.
They always help me to cook the greens, so instead of you. So.
Oh. Okay,
Yes.
and then so I thought I did better on the macaroni and cheese.
Well, okay, I give you that. You do that.
Okay.
So I don't have any problems. But the main thing is just coming together and fellowshipping and being thankful and being around friends and families. I don't care what the dishes are. It's just being together to
It's
me.
Exactly right. And we talked to a couple of other people to find out what they did over the holidays.
Louisville's B96.5 is DJ Q, and you know what? Around the holiday season, I like to spend my time with my family. We watch a lot of movies, and you know, we just sit around and crack jokes on each other. And this holiday season, I just want to say from me to you, you know, I hope you enjoy your time and spend it with your family. You know, what's more important than spending time with your family? It's DJ Q, Louisville's B96.5. Happy holidays this Thanksgiving and Christmas season.
I'm Natasha Collins. My Thanksgiving tradition would be spending big Thanksgivings at my grandma's. My mom's mom would always host the entire family, and that was the best time ever. We'd always be with all of our cousins, and so it would usually, in addition to everything that Thanksgiving entails, the turkey, the stuffing, usually involve some of my grandma's cake, usually pound cake, sometimes some other cake, but one of the things that she would always make was pistachio pudding, and I would look at it and I was like, this looks disgusting. It was green and Cool Whippy, and then I tasted it and it was sweet deliciousness. So probably pistachio pudding and just quality time with the family. Rest in peace, Grandma, but love the tradition that she left behind for us.
Hey, Urban Lifestyles, it's Juan Hustle of the Afternoon Rush, B96.5. This holiday season, I'm most thankful to have healthy children. My family's healthy, everybody's strong, everybody's doing what they love, and I'm just looking forward to the food. And seeing the kids in the family open up them gifts on Christmas morning and spending time with my family around Thanksgiving. For my family and the team here at B96.5, happy holidays.
My favorite holiday, if you could tell, I do have on my Christmas tie, is Christmas. Ever since I was a little boy, I just remember preparing and getting ready for Christmas holiday, growing up on a farm and having a big family get together on Christmas Eve. And that includes my immediate family, all my brothers and my sisters and my cousins and aunts and uncles. And we would celebrate with a meal on Christmas Eve. And then we would all go to midnight mass on Christmas Eve, and we would come back and then sing carols. I love Christmas music, and I love the true meaning of Christmas. And I like participating in making sure that all the little children are happy and they understand the true meaning of Christmas.
Well, you know, B96.5 and Magic, they got together and put on an old school block party from the 90s. Had some great artists out. We had an opportunity to go out and see what was going on, and looks like it was a lot of fun. So take a look at this piece. Well, you know, that's our show.
And that's our time.
And we'll be back here next time on Urban Lifestyles.
Stay tuned.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You know, I think I'm going to look around here because they've got some great items here in GQ.
You're always trying to get yourself
I'm just
stuff.
trying
Take
to
it off.
tell you. All right.